I'm giving one team in the Philippines 1 billion pounds, and I'm giving another team perfect facilities. And we're going to simulate 50 years to see which club ends up doing better. So we are doing this experiment with ADT and Maharlika Manila, the two lowest ranked professional teams in the Philippines Football League. So starting off with Maharlika Manila, who is predicted to finish 6th in the season preview, we are giving Maharlika Manila 1 billion pounds in the bank balance. But this is the only thing that we are doing. They do have pretty awful training and youth facilities, but we'll see if that 1 billion pound bank balance can help to improve their facilities, allow them to buy better players, give better wages, and overall just improve the club. And for some context, taking a look at the players and wages, Antonio Ramos is one of our star players. He's on 30 pounds per week. The highest is 275 pounds per week for OJ Clarino, and he's not very good. So hopefully for Maharlika Manila, this 1 billion pound in the bank balance will help them to get a lot better. And on the flip side, we have Oscar's development team, or ADT, who we have given perfect facilities to. So they have perfect training, youth, junior coaching, youth recruitment, and corporate facilities. So ADT now has the infrastructure to be able to bring in really good young prospects to help improve their team. And this is a team that, when looking at their star players, aren't great at the moment. So hopefully they'll be able to bring in some better players through their youth intakes to help improve the overall quality of the squad. So this is where we're at. We are going to simulate 50 years in total, but let's come back after 10 seasons and see what it looks like then. That should give us enough time to see some initial changes with both teams. And 10 seasons into the future, ADT has become the dominant club, and Maharlika Manila hasn't even finished in the top 3. So it seems that the improved training and youth facilities has helped Azkal's development team, but I don't know what Maharlika Manila is doing right now. And looking at the season preview, ADT are expected to win by a long shot, but Maharlika Manila are still essentially a lower mid-table club. I don't know what's happening. So let's look at their club, and looking at their finances, they still have a crazy amount of money, 724 million. And they have a huge, is a 190, that's a huge transfer budget. Like a 199 million pound transfer budget. And the Philippines, that's nuts. How are they not any better? They have improved their facilities over the last 10 years. It was all one before, so they're getting better. But maybe it hasn't proved enough to help. They are offering some bigger salaries for this level. That's quite a bit. But looking at Mazu, he's not very good. He's got terrible average ratings. They're paying him a huge sum of money for this level. So Maharlika Manila, despite all of their money, just hasn't really gotten any better. And on the flip side, ADT have been dominant. 5 Philippines Football League titles, 3 Philippines Football League cups. And looking at their senior squad, they aren't offering those big sums of money. But it seems like they're just bringing through better players. If we look at their best player is Martin Robles, who came through the ADT Academy. And for this level, he looks pretty good. 16 finishing, 16 composure, 16 off the ball. Looking at his current ability, 98. Most players at this level are between like the 50s and 70s. So that is fantastic. Looking at Paul Curry, another one who looks pretty good for this level, and he also came through ADT. So clearly ADT is bringing in players through their academy, bringing them through into the first team, and it's significantly helped the quality of the squad. They're just much better than the rest of the league right now. And that is initially, but the problem for ADT is they will need to keep up with their facilities. As time moves on, their training and youth facilities will go down. Training facilities are 18 now, youth facilities are 17, junior coaching and youth recruitment is all lower. So initially, it seems that The better training facilities and youth facilities in the first 10 seasons is better, but I'm starting to wonder if having the 1 billion pounds will be better in the long run, as Maharlika Manila could continue to improve their squad and their training facilities. And if Oscar's development team don't have the money to continue to keep up those world-class facilities, they may end up dropping down. So we're 10 years into the future. We have simulated 50 years. Why don't we go to 50 years into the future and see what happened over the course of the save? See you all in 2073. Welcome back. We are 50 years into the future in 2073. And looking at the past winners, well, it is interesting. So the last time we were in 2033. And ADT has continued to dominate. But after 2046, so after 23 years, Maharlika Manila became the second best team consistently in the Philippines, to the point where in the last few years, they've actually won more titles than ADT, winning 4 of the last 6 PFL titles. So maybe 50 years into the future, is Maharlika Manila the better team now? Let's take a look. So let's start off by just taking a look at the club details. So as far as finances are concerned, they still have a ton of money, over 300 million in the bank balance. They have a huge transfer budget. Have they used that bank balance to improve the facilities? They have, but not to a world-class level. The other thing is they didn't start off with a stadium, so they did also build a stadium, so that's good for them. So they have really good training facilities. But youth facilities, junior coaching, youth recruitment might be a little low. So maybe once they come into the squad, they're developing them. But I'm curious to see if they're bringing in new gens through the academy. And looking at their squad, they're offering huge sums of money. This is ridiculous wages for this. Is Arturo Lopez that good? I guess 100 current ability for this level. They signed him for 205,000. That for the Philippines Football League, that's huge. We have a Cameroonian here who actually has really good mentals, so he's pretty good for this level. And they actually signed him from ADT. How interesting. And then taking a look at some of their other important players, Judy Asende. I mean, excellent physicals for this level, good mentals. So it looks like they haven't really been bringing in people through the academy, but looking at their regular starters and important players, they're clearly signing them and offering them big wages. So the 1 billion has gone into the training facilities, and I can see why, because they've been able to attract better players, offer them big sums of money, and improve them like that. And interestingly, they've only won the 6 Philippines Football League titles, and obviously 4 in the last 6 years. They have won 3 Asian Confederation Cups, though, and a few Philippines Football League titles. But this suggests that Maharlika Manila is having success in continental competition. So they are doing pretty well. That being said, in the last 50 years, ADT has definitely been the dominant force in the Philippines. They are not doing so well. They're actually a semi-professional team now. They start off as professional. That is really interesting. And their facilities are not the same that they were. Good junior coaching, youth recruitment, and corporate facilities. But those training and youth facilities are down. I really think if we continue this experiment in the long run, Maharlika Manila would have the advantage. And they are offering bigger salaries than they had before, but nothing similar to what we were seeing with Maharlika Manila. And looking at their players, I mean, they're pretty good. They're around that Maharlika Manila level. And continuing on, although interestingly, I'm just going to click through some of their players. This guy's Syrian, so let's go just by agreed playing time. I don't see many Filipinos in here. So it seems that, wow, that is very interesting. They have all their youth prospects down here. But as far as their important players are concerned, none of them are Filipino. This suggests that initially that great training and youth facilities help them to bring in players and give them that reputation boost. But now that they're one of the better teams in the league for such a long period of time, they're actually buying players to get to the top. Because again, none of their important players have been Filipino. This is unexpected. And again, they have been the dominant team, 39 Philippines Football League titles, 31 Philippines Football League titles, but just the 4 Asian Confederations Cup, which is pretty similar continentally to how Maharlika Manila did. Some really interesting results here. So that was the experiment 50 years into the future, 1 billion pounds versus perfect facilities. Some really interesting results. Certainly initially, the better facilities allowed ADT to become the dominant side in the Philippines. I do feel like though if we extended this out further, that Maharlika Manila would have taken over because they still have a lot of money. They're still a professional side. They were improving their facilities and bringing in better players. So perhaps in the long run, Maharlika Manila would have been better. If you guys really enjoyed this, maybe we'll do a part two where we go like 200 years into the future to see what happens because this definitely had some interesting results. But with that, I hope you all have enjoyed this 1 billion pounds versus perfect facilities video, another fun Football Manager 2024 experiment. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.